Welcome to Van Tate's Sports Office, an in-depth look at the world of sports, featuring exclusive interviews with our KRQE News Sports Director Van Tate, sponsored by Caesars Sportsbook at Route 66 Casino.
We are talking about basketball on the Sports Office today, and we have a special guest.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Jordyn Dyer.
Yes.
Jordyn, when I hear that last name Dyer, everybody's I wonder if she's related to Cam and, you know, like your other brother. You know, you guys are family of athletes. Yes, she is. This is their – where are you in the pecking order? Because I was going to say baby sister, and I was like, wait, are you sure?
Yes, I'm baby sister. I'm the youngest, the only girl. And so
Spoiled rotten.
It's so nice. I'm so spoiled. I love it. So only girl, only princess. So, yeah.
Well, you know, we don't just ask anybody to come on here, but you've done stuff that, you know, needs to be recognized. Just recently, going over the 2,000-point mark of your basketball career with La Cueva. First girl to do that at La Cueva. What was that like?
Nah, it was awesome. It's just such a blessing, you know, like you said, first girl to do it at La Cueva and then one of the first, 25 to do it in New Mexico. It's a blessing, and I'm just so happy that I've reached this milestone. And I obviously couldn't have done it without God, without my family, without my parents. My support system's amazing. So I'm super blessed, honestly.
So take me to the moment. It happens, and then what?
Yeah, no, it happened, and it just felt surreal. Like, it didn't even feel like it was real. Just celebrating with my teammates, looking up and seeing my parents just so happy, seeing the work that me and my dad have done. Like, it's amazing to get to this point, you know, and for me to encounter it, and it just feels so real. It was amazing. So,
you know, sometimes when you have those moments, it takes you a while to process.
It was one of those moments. Yeah, even last night, like senior night, it didn't even feel real. Like, it just really hit me last night that I was a senior, and so then to have that moment, it felt surreal. But I'm just so blessed to be in that position.
And that moment when you realized you were a senior, were you like, oh,
yeah,
what happened?
No,
Did you keep it together?
I kept it together because I'm excited for the next chapter of my life as well, and I know it's bittersweet, but I know I have a big future ahead of me, and so it hurt a little bit to be like, dang, this is kind of my last moments, but no, it was fun. It was fun.
People at home probably remember when we did something with your signing. Pacific is where you're going.
Pacific's where I'm going, yes, in Stockton, California.
And what have you talked about with them? Like, are they telling you how you might fit in and things like that?
So I have a really good chance if I go and handle business and just go in there with the attitude that I'm ready to take anybody's spot. I possibly could start as a freshman. Obviously, it's not guaranteed. Nothing's ever guaranteed. But I think I have a really good chance to go in there and make some noise as a freshman. So that's the plan.
You sound like my little sister. I could tell you were raised around boys.
Yes.
You're like, yeah, I'm going to go get my spot.
Two older big brothers. They'll rough you up now. I had to learn that the hard way. So.
But now it's paying off, right?
Now it's paying 100%. Yeah. Definitely.
You know, what has this season been like when you knew that you know, like that milestone was within reach? Did you didn't think about it like every night? Did you just like, oh, like, you know, when it comes, it comes. If it doesn't come, it doesn't come.
Yeah, no, it's always been in the back of my mind, but I just felt like if I go out there and I play the way that I know how to play, I'll be able to reach it. And so every game I just went out there with that attitude, like, I'm going to get mine and I'm going to do what I need to do for my team to be able to win. And then, you know, this milestone just happened. And so that's just kind of how it happened. But yeah, it was on the back of my mind. Obviously, I'm not going to lie, but no, I knew I could do it if I go out there and play the way I know how to. So
when did you first pick up a basketball?
It was probably when I was around 8 or 9. I first started in track, and then I kind of wanted something to get out of, you know, not just being consistently in track. And so I saw my brothers grow up and play basketball and play football, and I kind of wanted to follow in their footsteps. So picked up a basketball, and I loved it. And so I'd play against my brothers right away. So I'd play against my brothers all the time. They'd rough me up. I didn't like that part of it, but I got used to it. And then, I just started to – it was a rough process. I loved it at first, and then as I got older, I kind of was like, I don't know if this is what I want to do, and then I fell in love with it again. So
when did you know that you had something? Like, hey, you know, I'm not just like the average player out here.
Yeah.
I'm somebody that helps carry the team.
Yeah, no, I think my freshman year, I actually didn't start at the beginning of the season as a freshman, but then I worked my way up and then I began to start, and I kind of just saw the impact that I made, not even just scoring, but, you know, getting rebounds and being a good role player. And then I started to really develop my skills, and I saw that I was like, I have a future in this and I really could make a run for it. So I began to see that, and I just kept working at it. I stayed in the gym late nights, early mornings and stuff, and I really saw a future with this. So I started to take it serious around my sophomore year that summer. And, ever since, it's just been great.
And then you started to be Cam, right?
I started to be Cam. He won't admit that, but I told him we can always run the ones. And he's scared. He never wants to.
What's your specialty? Like if I say, what's your go-to?
No, I can shoot way better than he can. So, I'm not gonna lie, he can jump higher. So getting in the paint is gonna be rough, but I can definitely shoot threes on him all day. All day.
He doesn't like running back to try to guard you.
No, he won't.
Yeah.
He won't do that. He knows too. Secretly,
and
he
your
knows.
Other brother?
Other brother.
I always forget his name.
Devin.
Devin, yeah, because I'm so used to Cam.
Yeah.
I did so much with Cam and Devin. Like him being on the line, those guys don't get a lot of the pub like the quarterback. Cam was the quarterback, so I'm used to talking about Cam all the time.
No, he's a big guy.
Yeah, the big guys, they don't get any of the love,
exactly.
until something goes down. Like I remember Ryan Cook getting drafted in the NFL draft, and we had some guys follow him at the Minnesota Vikings training camp, to send us back some stuff, and he called. He was like, "Oh man," because he was, out of the linemen. The linemen don't get pub like that.
No, they don't.
But they did a favor for us, and they covered him like that. So I know the big guys. Devin, he'd be sitting here going like, "Yeah, you're right, man."
Yeah, exactly. So. No, he's a big guy. But even if he played me in 1-on-1, I'm beating him to the rim every time. I'm sorry. That's
so
my
you're
specialty.
best basketball player in the house because I think your dad can play too, right?
He can play too. He can shoot a little bit. Mom used to play, but I think I got everybody. I'm not gonna lie. I think I got me versus everyone.
What?
Yeah,
What?
I think I got it.
Okay,
even over Cam and Dev. Yeah.
So if I'm talking about if I wanted to take the family and say, hey, look, I need one player because we need to win this game. It's important.
Yeah.
I'm getting you.
You getting me? You have to.
All right.
You have to. Cam hasn't picked up a basketball in a while too. So, but he was good. He was really good when he in his prime. But no, I still think I got him.
The conversation is just getting started. We have more on the other side. And what like as far as basketball goes, and you're looking at the way the women's game has grown.
Oh yeah.
Where do you see yourself? I mean, are you thinking past this? Like, hey, I want to go as far as I can with this. Yeah.
No, I'm still not really sure yet. I mean, obviously, if I have an opportunity to go play overseas or get in the W, that's obviously the plan. I would love that. But I'm just taking it step by step. Getting to college, trying to see if I can make an impact right away, and how my journey goes with that. That's really just the plan. But obviously, every kid's dream is to go to the NBA or go to the WNBA and play overseas. So if I could do that, if I'm blessed with that, absolutely. But just taking it step by step right now. So
you didn't grow up with a dollhouse and all that stuff because
I did.
Well, my sister, the reason I was saying it is because there was a time when she just walked away from everything because she played sports too, and she used to have this easy bake oven, and she made me cakes all the time.
Yeah.
Did you do all that stuff?
I did. I was a cheerleader. I did dance. I was into all of that, and then I just got into track, and I dropped it all. I was like, all right, I'm ready to grow up. I'm ready to do some sports. But I was a cheerleader, and I had all the dolls and the American Girl dolls and the biggest house ever and all that stuff. So, but I was like, I got to let that go. My brothers used to tease me about it all the time, too, and they're like, you need to play some sports. And so I finally fell in love with something. So
you learn so much in your sports.
You do. Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, so track. If Pacific came to you and said, hey, look, we need another runner, is that off the table?
I mean, no. I mean, I would do it. I'm going to do track this year for La Cueva just to keep myself in shape.
What's your event?
So I'm a sprinter, so I do 100, 200, relays, 100.
Okay, I do remember that.
I'm also a long jumper.
I didn't want to say something stupid like, we got you breaking the tape in the 400.
No. I mean, that's a sprint, though. I may get into some 400 running this year, too, depending on what my coach wants. But I would say I'm probably the best at long jump. It correlates a lot to basketball, too, rebounding and jumping and all that. But long jump has always been my thing ever since I was little. I think I have the 9 and 10 record for little kids. I broke the record in long jump. It was like I jumped 4 meters or something, whatever. When I was about 9 or 10.
And so this is a national record?
It's a record for New Mexico, and it's I forgot what it's called, but it's the record for New Mexico when they do the youth.
You still got it?
I still got it, I think. So I was like, that's something that I still kind of hold as a flex, kind of. So from track, so yeah.
So track it might be a possibility in college too.
I mean, not as much, but if it ever comes to mind that I'm like, hey, maybe I want to switch to track, maybe, it's never off the table. That was the first sport I fell in love with. So I just, it's never off the table.
Right.
So.
And you just being smart about it. It's just like, hey,
absolutely.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I might
absolutely.
get out there and do all kinds of stuff.
Just do basketball. Yeah.
So have you looked at who you guys are playing next season at Pacific? Are you that excited? Have you already looked at the schedule? It's probably not made. They probably
I don't know if it is.
You looked at the conference though, right?
Conference, yes.
Like what have you seen as far as like, oh, I can't wait to play these guys or this? Have you seen anything that made you excited?
So in that conference, it's really competitive. So they have Washington State, Gonzaga, Oregon State, Portland. They have San Francisco, San Diego, St. Mary's. Like that's kind of the brunt of their conference. And I'm just excited to compete. I mean, Gonzaga's really good. Washington State's pretty good. Oregon State is really good. I know that they'll probably be leaving the conference next year to go to. They're creating a Pac-12 or something else again. Right. But no, I'm just excited to get out there and just play those teams. It's good competition. I think people kind of underestimate the West Coast Conference, but those teams are tough. Like watching them play, I've watched almost every single one of Pacific's games. It's competitive, and it's kind of a step down, obviously, from the Power Four and stuff, mid-major D1. But no, they get after it.
And that's more. I always think that stuff is hype.
It is. A lot of it is.
I could talk with your dad about this. Like the big conferences, like it's true that they get people who've been recruited really heavily and stuff like that. That's all true. They have a lot of players. They have a lot of depth.
Yeah.
But there's guys who get passed over all the time who end up being great players. You could tell now because when they opened up the portal, the transfer portal, now if you taking one of these, you go play a team that you think is lesser than, you might lose.
Exactly.
So now we got all kind of competition. You like that? You like how the transfer portal is?
Oh, yeah, 100%. I love that. And I also think, like, coming from New Mexico, like, a lot of us are underlooked. You know what I mean? Like, coming from New Mexico, coaches are like, we don't get a lot of athletes from out there. So, maybe they can't really play like that. But, like, going to Pacific, I'm just excited because, like, I went on the circuit and I'm getting an opportunity, and I definitely agree with you. A lot of that stuff is hype and I just like that even in March Madness, any given day, somebody can go and beat, you know what I mean? So it's
those
just,
are great when it happens.
Those are
it's
fun.
just like,
it's
get out
fun.
of here talking all your mess.
Exactly. So I'm excited, and I just hope that I can go make an impact and maybe be in one of those positions where I can beat out a team that's ranked, you know what I mean? And we're not.
Right.
So, no, I'm super excited about that.
What is your major? What are you going to major in?
I'm thinking sports psychology right now.
Okay.
I've always been interested in, just how the brain works when you're playing sports and, just mental health, athletes' mental health. I just think that's a really big part of it that a lot of people don't talk about. So, super invested.
The game is mental too,
100%.
It's like you find out when you're doing all these workouts and stuff that how amazing your body is. Like, you'll look at something. I can't do that.
Oh yeah.
Yes, you can.
No, the mind. The mind. You can always push yourself a little bit more.
Yeah, if somebody's pushing you.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Exactly.
It's just different. Like because I just remember from my own experience being out there and thinking like, man, how am I can't even hardly move right now. And an hour later, still out there.
Exactly. Yeah. The game is, especially basketball, the game of basketball is super mental, and you'll learn that. I've learned that so much as I go. It's mental, and being in the right mental headspace every single game, that's super important, and that's what a lot of people don't talk about. So.
What do you do to get up for a game? Like it's game day.
Oh yeah.
What are you doing?
See, I gotta start my day gotta start off correctly. So I gotta get up. I usually go put up shots either in the morning or after my first class. But I gotta get up. I gotta eat breakfast. I gotta eat lunch that day. I gotta put up shots. Like my day has to go. I gotta get myself up for the game. You know what I mean? And so it's always just been. I gotta be on schedule with myself. So getting up, eating breakfast, going to shoot, then I go to class. I have a good day in class. I'm locked in. I'm paying attention in class. I get out of class. If I didn't shoot, I'll go shoot then, and then I eat lunch. Then I rest. I try not to take a nap because it kind of makes me groggy.
Yeah,
but I'll get up and then eat some snacks before the game, and then it's game time. And it's just a whole process throughout the day of getting myself ready for just that 1 hour, 1 hour and a half,
Yeah. Any superstitions?
I don't have any superstitions. I don't believe in that stuff.
I don't either.
Like I've never, because then if you mess something up, then what? I've never really believed in that stuff.
It's
it's overhyped.
But there's so many people that do.
Oh yeah.
You
They
know, like
believe
I'll
in it.
ask somebody, oh yeah, I'll have one pants leg up and one down, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
like, oh okay.
Yeah,
well,
or they'll be like, I gotta take a nap before every game. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I don't believe in that stuff.
it's just like people watching a game and they'll say, if I
Mhm.
turn it off, they'll win.
I know.
No, dude, they're gonna lose.
They're gonna
If they're gonna lose, they're gonna lose.
Seriously. Yeah,
know?
no, I don't believe in all that stuff. So.
Stay with us. More conversation on the other side. How do you see yourself down the road though? Like I know you want to play professional if you get an opportunity.
Yeah.
Do you think you would ever coach?
I mean, I could see myself coaching. I've
Yeah.
always been a team player. I feel like I'm very unselfish, and so my thing has always been the team first, and so
Yeah.
I could definitely see myself coaching a team, and really just helping individual athletes. Seeing myself in them too. Playing, it's different. When you get to coaching, you can
Yeah.
really start to understand and see a deeper side of it. So I could definitely see myself coaching. It's definitely not something that I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to do that. But if I get the opportunity, I'm not passing that up for sure. So I can see myself doing that.
What do you think? You'd be a gentle coach or one of those people screaming every second?
I don't know about screaming every second, but I'd definitely be a hard coach because I'd be the kind of coach that it comes from love. I'm trying to make
get
you
the most
better.
of 'em, yeah.
100%. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get the most out of you while I have
And there's
you.
a way to
so,
do that because
Yeah.
like some kids that think you're picking on them, you got to really show them that
Yeah,
you just want the best for them.
exactly. Tough love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a way to do that because if you don't do it the right way, you're gonna
Oh
lose
yeah,
them.
especially as
They're gonna shut down.
teenagers. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. It's very mental with teenagers. You got to approach them the right way, and it's all about delivery. So I've learned that too.
What else do you like to do, like hobbies and stuff like that?
I like to spend a lot of time. I know a lot of people say that, but I really do like to spend a lot of time with my family, even if it's playing board
That's
games and
good.
getting aggressive. They get competitive and they get
Yeah.
intense, but I love to spend time with my family. I like to go out and bike and spend a lot of time with nature and just kind of chill outside. It's just super soothing to me.
That's competitive too, biking, right?
It is. I've never gone into competitive biking.
No,
but
I'm talking about with your family. Like,
oh, I bet.
who
my
Who
gosh.
am I taking? I'm
No.
taking you or Cam, or who am I taking?
I don't know about that one. We haven't done that in a while, but we used to go outside and have bike races. Like during COVID, oh yeah, we'd go outside and race on scooters, on bikes. It would get competitive even then.
And
So.
I could just say, come and put my money on you. You just say bet, right?
I know. Yeah, no, I would never go out without a fight. I could tell you that against my brothers. That's one thing that they taught me. And then I also just like to read, obviously like the Bible, but I have this book called Positivity.
Yeah.
And it's just really just teaches you about the mind and how to keep the mind on the more positive
Yeah.
end of stuff. So I've been really into that stuff. So basic stuff, but things that help me every day. So.
You brought up COVID, and and that was a crazy time.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
and like we did something here called the Lost Season. And I don't know if you remember that, where people who were seniors then,
Oh, yeah.
we used to send them questions and they would answer it, and we'd put like some of their highlights and stuff with it.
Yeah.
But they were just saying, some people were just saying like, man, it really made me appreciate even being at practice.
Oh, yeah.
Which is, like you appreciate being at practice. That's a new one,
Yeah.
because
No, I know.
that's practice is always kind of like, we got to do this, but let's go.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
it really did make me appreciate everything because, like, even when we'd go to practice and have to wear masks, I'd be like, this is, like, crazy. I could barely breathe. Like, I already thought I couldn't breathe, but the mask stuff was crazy. But no, like you said, it really made me appreciate basketball. Like, getting out there, like, we had to go find every open park because some gyms closed down and they were like, we can only have this amount of people in here at once and stuff like that. So me and my dad and my brothers would go to Haynes Park in Rio Rancho all the time and just go run, just go play pickup basketball with grown men. And I feel like that's also when I started to fall in love with it. Just you're playing free. There's no pressure on you. There's no expectations. You're just going out there and you're playing. And so that was just a blessing to be able to go and do. But COVID was really crazy, and just finding every hobby. That's what me and my brothers would go outside and play, like, and just, that's
something that people don't think about. Like, excuse me, your
Mm-hmm.
generation having to deal with that because, I mean, we were, like me and your dad, we were out living.
Yeah.
And you guys were like locked up.
We were locked up in the house on Zoom calls, having to wake up in the morning, put on our cameras. Like, we felt so isolated,
How you doing with all of that now? Does it make you, because when it came, I was like, uh-oh, because I'm a germaphobe.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, now I'm just going to be covered up.
I know. Hand sanitizer all the time and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm looking at people, somebody cough. I'm like,
I know.
You good, man?
No, seriously. No, that's real. That's how I still am. People will still cough today, and I'm like just looking at them crazy. But no, yeah, I'm doing fine with that now. I think that was like more my 6th and 7th grade year. But I kind of grew out of it. You know, my 8th grade year, I got to play. I didn't really get to play my 7th grade year, which kind of sucked. But 8th grade year, I got to play. And then obviously I'm very blessed it didn't take away anything from high school because I know some people that really suffered from losing a year of high school. So,
well, I was on a flight, and there was this lady coughing, and she was behind us, you know. And it was just so much, you know. And you know, we all, me and my son, we had on a mask. And then she stopped for just a brief moment. I told him it was halftime.
She still had more in her. No, I remember planes too. It was when we were all jam packed in there. I remember people were serious about the mask. And
the one you looking at.
Everybody would look at. I know you sneeze one time, everybody looking at you like yes. It was those times were crazy. Yeah, they were intense.
Are you going to go to school early? Or are you getting there? Are you getting there in the fall or summer?
So we'll have summer workouts. Most D1s do that. We'll have summer workouts probably in either June or July. They haven't really told me yet. So I'll go up there early, probably settle in my dorms and stuff. And then if I have time, obviously it's far where I'm going. Stockton's about like 15 hours away from here. So if I have enough time to come back, I will visit my family. But then I'm up there. The rest of the time school starts, and that's where basketball season starts. I won't probably be able to come back for Christmas break and all that because it's only a day, and then we don't have that much time.
You the baby girl, mom and dad going to be going like this.
Oh, yeah, I know. But they got Dev back. So he'll be home. They love that. So.
All right. We got to get you with your brothers on here.
We need to, for sure. All 3 of us. That's awesome.
All right. Jordyn Dyer, thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
Fernando Perez behind controls. We'll see you next time.